Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing today? Good. Sorry I've been away. About what, day and a half? Well, anyway, I am back, as they say. Oh, that's interesting. It's not significantly important. In fact, it's not important at all. It's interesting. I just noticed that the webcam image is slightly different. And I know why that is, and I might go into it at some point. So where were we? We were, or I was, getting ready for winter and trying to make clothes. And if memory recalls, I should be able to make fur gloves and fur boots soon. But let's proceed. Let's see how it all goes. Ooh, YouTube is behaving itself. That's nice. And we are back. What time of day is it? It is, oh, certainly midday. Actually, what I might do is dash and see if I can chop down that tree over there without falling into holes in the ground. I probably ought to pick up more gravel. Let's see if we can grab this. Let's see if I can do this without getting eaten by anything. Which is a significant... Ah, finally. That ought to be enough wood to last me quite, well, I'll say quite a while. Actually, I've got to go dump this off. Come back for the rest. Again, let's see if we can do this without falling down an unexpected hole. Yeah, like that one. And I've got to dump this lot somewhere. And the reason I'm just going to stick it into suitable containers, well, unsuitable containers if I have space, is so I've got room. So I can't just dump the stuff somewhere. I mean, I could build massive stacks, but I think I've got 10 minutes before those logs despawn. And I notice I used up almost the entirety of my copper axe, which is disconcerting. Okay, got everything. Well, I say everything. Almost everything. Oh, I can just jump on leaves. For some reason I didn't know that. And yeah, that almost filled everything up. I wonder if it'll let me. Yes. Without destroying my axe. Right. Hopefully that'll be enough firewood for. I'm going the wrong way. Bits and pieces. I wouldn't mind putting a wood frame in for the hut so that it looks a bit more like it was planned instead of just thrown up as a mud hut. And I think, yeah, I'm going to be using up this entirety of the axe, aren't I? No, you can't eat pink bonnet. So you can't eat pink bonnet. I don't want the hit on my health. And so now I have the means of making a flint axe just for this purpose. Where'd my axe head go? Sometimes I wish they had a means of having a recipe table like they do in Minecraft, but oh well. A little bit about it. My last attempt at making charcoal did not work too well, unfortunately. Oops. I must have left an airspace somewhere in there, which was infuriating to say the least. Of course, what I could do is just speed things up by sticking stuff directly in there, but oh well. And I've almost used up the axe. And there we go. And that got through everything really quickly. And if I'm reading this properly, I should have more than enough firewood for another charcoal burn. Right, I think I've got time to do this. Let's go grab some packed dirt. Pack dirt. I'm gonna need grass. Let's go get grass first. And sticks, which I've got. Kind of funny to think of grass as a tactical resource. Last time I did this, it was pitch dark. Actually, here's a thought. Come winter, is the grass going to stop growing? Because right now, of course, it does regrow, but if we're going to have anything like realistic winters, that grass should stop growing. Right. Okay, so let's see if we can avoid making whatever mistake I made last time. So I need to fill that up. So if I do this right, that's now full. As is that. Because I can't stick any more dirt in there. Not dirt, sorry, firewood. Left this a bit late, really. Oh, blast. Alright, now I can see what I'm doing. Hopefully. Ah, yeah, no, I didn't want to do that. Oh, hang on, no. Oh. So, does that look full to everybody? I mean, that looks full to me. So in principle, I should just be able to light a quick fire, get it burning and cover it up. Oh, of course I got to. Oops. So Right. One charcoal burn started. Did I? I did. Thought I might have stuff in there. And I can look at making some more food. I hope. Bowls, food. Right. Progress of sorts, I hope. So we will make some stew. Oh, and I forgot I got some logs still, haven't I? Right, what kind of stew are we going to make? Anybody got any suggestions? Actually, I don't have many options. It's pretty much... Oh, I wonder if I can do anything with... I don't have enough carrots, do I? Let's grab my oldest. 92 days, 1.1 years. Oh, wow. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a way to make... a stew with meat. But that's okay. I'll suffer this. Hearty onion stew. Right. One stew coming right up. And I should have some onions left. Right, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Don't know how long they last. 4 days. And those are almost cured, and I need those to make boots and gloves. Right. Yes, I did start putting copper in there. What else have I got to do? Fresh for 17 days. Hey, Tony. How you doing? Food and fur gloves and fur boots. We're making progress of sorts, and I still don't know what to do about that. It's got a liter of water in it, and I've got no idea what I'm supposed to do with it. What's even weirder is that this... Let's cook up our bushmeat. So that's good for 18.5 days. So that's actually going to be good for a while. Right. I'll wait for my... How have you been, Tony? Okay, so what? That's hot. That's not. That's good to know. That's my eating bowl. What do we reckon? Turnips, you next, or turnip and onion? Here we go. Now I'm not quite sure why I made a single red clay bowl. And I'm not entirely certain why I have these. Yeah, I'm not entirely certain what I had for these for. Oh. Okay. Not a program I ever saw. In 1968, I was watching Desert Crusader. French. Which these days would never be made. Let's see if I can actually... Nope. And it's interesting, it says that plus shift plus add. Doesn't work. Just picks it up. Oh well. We'll stick that with our other. And I should have... Meaning my soul supply. Did anybody see if I had any twine? Actually, you know what? I've got enough logs, I think, maybe to do a bit of a build in the morning. Hey, Crow! How you doing? Ah, yeah, no. My earliest memories of TV are actually probably... Well, I remember where we were living. That was Angmering in south of England. So I would have been 2 or a bit less, because I have memories going back to being younger than 2, amazingly enough. Because I know when I was 3, we were living somewhere else, and I remember watching the moon landing. Let's see, what am I doing? I am going to have some food. Oops. And I've already... yeah, I did. The funny thing is, I don't remember it as watching the moon landing. I simply remember it as watching a moon landing. But it was 1969, so it could only have been the first Neil Armstrong landing on the moon. Yeah, so I did. There's 2 stories about that in the family. The first is that I was allowed to stay up and watch it. My memory says that I actually snuck out of bed and was hiding behind the banister, sort of upstairs looking down at the TV, and I was found and allowed to come and watch it. So, yeah, I have no idea whose memory is correct. Right. What am I doing? I don't think there's much more I can do right now. No, doesn't look like it. Yes, food for a few days. May as well sleep. Hopefully the place doesn't burn down while I'm asleep. Right. Let's go grab. That's ready. That's been taking forever. Carrots, carrots, onions. Yeah, I got a suspicion a lot of this is going to go to waste. Yeah, these aren't. That's not going to work. I have it. But that's why I'm storing the seeds. So come a better growing season, I can do stuff with that. Let's grab some snacks. That is fresh for 3 days. That is fresh for 19 days. That's good. Snacks. I need more space for seed storage. No, you can eat it straight up. But yeah, and I don't have a method of making a quern because if you have a look, I can make. I need a chisel, and I don't have a chisel. I've got a hammer. I got sticks. I can get the blocks, but I need a chisel, which means I need a smithing table, which means I need an anvil, which means I need copper, and I don't have a good source of copper at the moment. My best source of copper is actually sand, which is not ideal, but it's the best I can do. Now, it might mean that actually during winter I might be able to do it. It's a pity they don't allow you to dry currants. Right, so a quern, huh? I need. Okay, let's try. Let's try. Actually, do you know what? I don't see any reason why I shouldn't stick these outside. No, I don't think there is, but I'll check. I'm pretty certain that for a chisel, no, I need to smith. It needs to be smithing, but we can have a quick look. So what we got? Shovel, prospecting pick, pickaxe, hoe, shingle, anvil, axe, falx, hammer, ingot, no, helve. So no, I've got to actually make an anvil, which I have started. Do you know what? Actually, if I continue, and I know there's got to be better ways of mining for copper, but I don't have that. But I'll tell you what we can do. We can start seeing if I can get. I need 4 granite blocks, and for 4 granite blocks, I need to isolate a block, I think. So if we do something like this, and I'm acting from memory, should probably check. It says, if I recall correctly, I've basically got to isolate a block. So that's what we'll do. Yes. It worked. Yeah, I picked them all up. I marked the location. I am reluctant to go there because every time I do and spend time, I get eaten by a bear. So let's see if we can get our... That's 2 blocks. What I want is a nice isolated... Yeah, this one. I'm doing all right. I think I was passing a kidney stone the last couple of days. Fortunately, without the agony that normally associated with that. But oh, that was a bad mistake. There we go. Okay, so I have the granite I need for a quern. Sticks I've got. Hammer I've got, I hope. Yeah, this is going to be a project for the winter, I think. I'm prone to them. I spent several days, a week or so, last year going in and out of hospital because of kidney stones and reduced kidney function. Funny thing about kidney stones is they don't necessarily hurt. I've actually had quite serious kidney stones. I mean, operation necessary kidney stones, and I barely felt it. Only reason I knew I had them was because I was urinating blood. So, okay. And we'll pop that up in our walls area. So I had some symptoms And yeah, it did sort of. I was wondering why, because they were non-specific, if you know what I mean. And I concluded, oh yeah, you know what? That was probably passing a kidney stone. Oh, oh, that's nice. Hi, how are you doing, Lux? Sorry, we're talking about kidney stones. Or I am, I should say. Right, so we have got charcoal going. We have the ability to make food. I need to go and grab. Do you know what? For an evening sort of thing during the winter, making. I can think of worse ways to spend the time than sifting for sand. So let's go grab plenty of sand, because that, if nothing else, does. I've gotten more copper that way than I have anything else. So I have no objection to doing this. So we'll stash her. Yeah, it's going to be dependent upon what I'm doing in the winter. I'm assuming I can't farm. So I might be able to spend. I got a suspicion, if I'm surviving the winter, if I'm warm enough, you know, all these ifs, then actually I could probably make the anvil over winter, and then especially if I put a priority on it, because I've actually got quite a lot of. Yeah, it's okay. Look, this is. If I survive, that's fine. That's all I really want. And yes, I know I'm doing this overly neatly. And yes, I am avoiding having the water overflow. It's yeah, it's okay. We shall make do with what we've got. Just note, and I was commenting earlier that the camera looks a little different. I spent, just because I wasn't feeling well doesn't mean I wasn't doing stuff. As you all know, I'm in the process of setting up a streaming PC. So obviously I've got a lot to learn there. So what I wanted was software so I could properly set up my webcam. Now, the interesting thing, if yeah, the interesting thing about setting up the webcam is on Linux with OBS, I've actually got full control over the webcam. I can set the resolution, the frame rates, tilt, pan, focus. It allows me to do all of that under Linux. The problem is Linux and webcams tend to crash. Well, not crash. You end up having to reboot. And that's, okay, it's livable. But hooking up the webcam to a Mac, my Mac Mini, I assumed I'd get similar functionality from OBS and it wouldn't crash. Well, I was half right. Using the webcam on the Mac is a lot easier. I can exit OBS, restart all kinds of things. But doesn't give me any control over the webcam except the resolution. And to fit in, I want 640 by 480 at 60 frames a second. Wouldn't let me do that. So I thought, well, okay, this is a Logitech. I've got a Logitech Brio 4K something or other max. It's capable of 4K at 30 frames a second and other resolutions at 60. And I went through three different bits and pieces of Logitech's own webcam software until I found one that would give me control over the pan, the tilt, and the zoom. And to some extent the resolution, except that the resolutions weren't the ones I wanted. I wanted 640 by 480, which is what you're seeing. That's a 640 by 480 webcam picture, because it fits very neatly right on top of the chat. So yeah, it's kind of funny to me that that OBS for Linux gives me greater control than Logitech's own software on its own, but the result is what you're seeing here. So it, you know, it all worked out in the end. Right, let's see if I can't find a place to stash this. That is low fertility soil. I don't think I need that. Let's put that away. And that is thatch. And let's put that away. That'll give me something to do during the long, winter nights. I don't need this stuff. I find it endlessly amusing. I can stick walls. Yeah. But like I say, if come winter, I do actually have options. Over there is an area which is distinctly warmer, but I'm set up here, and I would like to see what happens come winter. So we shall do that. Ah, nice. Nice view of the God rays. There we go. Nope, don't want to pause. So let's see what I want. How do I want to present this? Typical wood-framed hut would just have a frame straight across there, which means I'd have to redo all the thatch. That might not be a bad thing. Although I do like the step down there. Yeah. Oh, yes. This is certainly true. But progress is being made of a sort. I have managed to make... I've managed to make rawhide trousers, a rawhide mantle. I will replace the gloves and the boots, and I think I've got enough possibly to make a better shirt, so you know, I'm getting there. Almost cured. almost, what time is it? Yeah, of course the problem is because it's getting late in the day, in the year, I don't want to be stuck outside when it's full dark because I don't know what I might come across and I don't want to get lost. So let's see. Oh, I'm going to get rid of these. I've got food. Let's grab some food. And that's good for 14.5 days. Actually, do you know what? Let's make some more food. Where's my... I wonder if I can... Let's grab some carrots and onions. Yeah, that works. Probably gonna need a bit more than that. That's excessive, but still. Yeah. No, the quern's a very good idea. Right. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. I'm going to have to do some serious hunting, I suspect, and fishing. We'll, winter is going to be a challenge. The first thing I want to do is see pelt. I can make ingredient for a fur coat. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of small animals. I'm gonna need to go hunting wolves. Yeah, I'm not gonna get chickens anytime soon. And I've used up all my flax to make well, no, I've used all my flax for... Oh, you mean the flax seeds? Look, if it's winter and I'm hungry, I'm going to eat the flax. Right, what are we doing? We are waiting for this to heat up. And I think I will make torches. Because these always die in opportune moments. Yep. Look at me being proactive. Yeah, that will do for now. And I got loads of capacity. Let's stick this. Yay. Right. Now we are going to do the boring bits. Yes, I did start making an anvil. This is going to be sort of my project for the next bits, because I do need it. Yeah. I figure if let's see. If I do a bit of this on a regular basis, I need, it might take me a few sessions, but I should be able to get enough to make an anvil. And if I can make an anvil, I can make a chisel. If I can make a chisel, I can make a quern. And then I can make bread. And that will help me through the winter. So yeah, but Adventures in Webcam, that was interesting. It worked out okay. I mean, yeah. On a completely unrelated note, can't remember if I mentioned this before. I know I got this baseline M4 Mac Mini as a streaming computer, which it does brilliantly so far. But of course, I couldn't resist playing games on it, could I? So I've got Minecraft on there just for fun, and Sky Children of the Light. Now, the interesting thing, if you're interested in games, this is a gaming type thing, is, well, first of all, some context. Okay, that's a baseline M4 Mac Mini. It's a great little computer, not hugely powerful. Second thing, I have two mice. I have a magic mouse, which you should be able to see there. I love the magic mouse, but it's not great for gaming. I also have a Logitech MX Master Pro, which I also love. Now, I know people have a big hate on for Magic Mice. I've always loved the things, but as I say, just not for gaming. So I installed Sky on the Mac. Now the thing is, and I didn't realize this, the version of Sky that you run on an M series Mac is the iPad version. Okay, now what does that mean? It means that it's really optimized for a tablet. Now, yes, you can run it with keyboard and mouse, but it's optimized for touchscreen and this kind of thing. It makes looking around, the simple process of looking around, rather difficult. Now, if you're used to playing Sky on a computer like my Linux system, you just move the mouse and you look around. That doesn't work on the tablet software. Doesn't matter whether you're on tablet or if you're on PC. Now, you would think, would you not, that the best mouse to use for the task would be my MX, my regular one, regular mouse. And I've got it set up actually that I can switch between my computers just by pressing a button on the bottom. Press one button, the mouse activates over here. Press another one, it activates on the Linux and so on. That's not true. It works, but it's awkward. To look around, you have to do left mouse click and look around. Which is okay, you know. But I can't use it doesn't allow you to use the left mouse click for anything else. All right, that's a bit of a problem. The magic mouse, you look around by swiping your finger across the surface. So the actual surface of the mouse itself now starts acting like a touchscreen. It is a touchscreen. And so suddenly the preferred mouse for playing Sky on a Mac is the magic mouse, which is kind of weird. I'm not familiar. Yeah, actually, I'm not familiar with that one. I like the MX Master Pro because of the scroll wheel on the side. I love that thing. So if this mouse dies, I will probably immediately get another one that's exactly the same. And I don't care about gaming mice. You know, I know gaming mice, they're supposed to be lightweight. Nope, I actually like a heavy mouse. But then I don't play esports or games which require a high twitch speed. So but yeah, it is endlessly funny to me that I actually found a game which works best with a magic mouse. But no, if the Mac the M series Mac version, yeah, it's not really optimized for mouse and keyboard. It's optimized for tablet, and it sort of accommodates keyboard and mouse, which is kind of funny because it does recognize that you've got a keyboard and mouse. So you would think it would work a little better, but it doesn't. I mean, there's no reason in the world why they couldn't implement a look around just by moving the mouse. You know, that would make life so much easier. But, at some point over the weekend, I actually plan on doing a video about Sky on an M series Mac, because, you know, why not? I can do it. I might. The problem is, because it's only got a 256 gigabyte hard drive, SSD, I do want to leave about 128 gigs of storage for other bits and pieces. I can't go just randomly sticking on non-essential software, because I'm tempted to put Steam on there and see how well it runs The Long Dark. I might do that at some point. No, I'm 60. I turned 60 this year, but thank you. I look younger without the beard. The funny thing is, as a kid, I looked older than I was, and then as I've gotten older, the aging process seems to have slowed down. My son, bless him, once told me that I hadn't aged in the last decade. That's not true, of course, but I haven't. I don't think so. I don't have wrinkles, you know? I got lucky. Well, thank you. I mean, I prefer myself with the beard. But every so often I feel like a change. And this is still growing in. It's going to be a while before it's as long as it used to be. Yeah, my father is 91 this year, and he looks, last I saw him, he looks 91. But he's still active, still moving around, doesn't have any particular health problems that I'm aware of. He's still driving, he still maintains his own car, this kind of thing. His side of the family has been known to exceed 100 years old, and hangs in there with, even with serious medical conditions, they tend to live a surprising amount of time. On my mother's side, my grandmother died at 91. But my grandfather died at 68, 69 from a heart attack. So. What time of day is it? It's 1 in the morning, and it's 2 degrees. It's -2 outside, and I'm hip deep in freezing water. Ah, good. That's another 100 units. Let's tin. Oops. But that's got tin in it, which I don't want to use. Where is my... So yeah, here's the plan. Every opportunity I get, I will make more copper and fill up them. Right. So leather should be ready in a bit, if it's not ready already, so to speak. And my bladder is ready, so give me a couple of minutes. And give me a couple of minutes and I will be right back. I don't think we ever had. I don't know. I don't know if we had Mr. Rogers at all. I don't remember seeing him. Mind you, you've got to bear in mind too, it was a different era. We only had what? BBC One, BBC Two, and ITV for a big chunk. I mean, I remember when. What is it? Oh, I need to put some of this away. I remember when Channel 4 came out, which was considered quite something. What do I need to put away? That. And oops, I'll go pick that up. There we go. But you know, on the other hand, like I said, the TV program that I remember most, in fact, the only program I remember from the 60s really would be, yeah, Theobald Ule Caussade, Desert Crusader, which was French and dubbed into English. I was obsessed with that. I need more food. I don't know whether Mr. Rogers appeared on later. Wouldn't be surprised if he did. Mind you, we did have American TV for kids. I remember the Banana Splits show when I was quite young, which is probably most famous now for giving Richard Donner his start as a director. He directed, I think it was Danger Island, um, on the Banana Splits show. The other TV program I remember from my youth was The World at War, which for some reason I associate with going to visit my grandparents. I think The World at War came out in either 1972 or 1974, but I remember watching it. Um, Not sure that The World at War these days would be regarded as appropriate viewing for a 6 or 8 year old, but I was allowed to watch it. Had probably a very significant influence on my life. If you ever get the chance to watch The World at War, it's well worth it. It's a good summary coverage of World War II. Had Laurence Olivier doing the narration. The music and presentation was fantastic. In 1964, there was another series done about World War One, and that's available, by the way, on YouTube, and that's equally fantastic. It's still good. Right. Um, right, let's see if we can make some clothes. Yes. I think I should be able to make these. Yes. I have gloves. And boots. Bots for boots. Nope. Let's see whether that's right. Gloves. Knee-high fur boots. Oops. Oh boy. Yeah, it looks cold out here. Don't need those. Right. Okay. Carrots have matured. Just about. We must have planted all those at the same time. Yeah, I think. Technically speaking, look at this. Technically speaking, yeah, basically. Hang on. Oh, come on, put the down. Oh. Yeah. You can see the weather. Oh, look. We've got snow on the roof. It is November. I'll be interested to see if we get ice. Don't tell me if we do or not, but we are starting to get snow. I'm slightly surprised that the farm is still working, to be honest with you. Right, what am I doing? Putting the carrots away. Oops. I don't suppose any of this will. I'm going to be interested to see what happens with this lot. So what I need to do really is go after small animals. Let's grab my traveling Supplies. And as has been pointed out, I need to dig all this lot up and replace it. Alright. So, best place for small animals. Yeah, probably not the best thing to do to be walking around here. Best place for small animals was over here. But I need a large one, so I need to find a wolf too. For the fat. Hopefully the bears will consider hibernation. Oh, fox might do, actually. Oops. Only problem is small mammals tend to hibernate as well. Come here. Oh, it was a hare. That was surprising. This is a significantly warmer area, actually. There's fungus over there. The reason I don't like this area is because I can't see. So dried saggle is actually quite edible, and you can make a hearty stew out of it. Oh, that's present. Oh no, never mind. I've deliberately not gone for fish lately because I want the opportunity. They've got butterflies over there. I think we can safely say that. Oh no, we're in a slightly warmer region. Oh no, it's not that much warmer. Region over there is definitely warmer. It's quartz. Yeah, I think a lot of these flowers should technically be dead. The insects would have died with the first frost or be in hibernation. But come here, you. I do. I could set up a secondary farm over here, depending on how the weather turns out. Just don't feel like having to dash all that way all the time. In case you're wondering why I'm running so much, it's because if I have a bear sneaking up on me, I've got a half decent shot of just running away. I could definitely use something larger. Yeah, this area here seems a bit warmer. Hang on a second, I think I have to... There we go. Yeah, you can see here it's significantly warmer than where I'm currently stashed. Anybody see? I definitely need something larger, but not a bear. A single wolf will do. I can kill a single wolf. I'll settle for a boar. Wow. I don't want chickens. There's no fat on chickens. And I don't need the feathers. Although, let's see if I can... No. You have to... Ah. Yeah. Arrows don't work as well as chasing after it with a falx. So technically speaking, bow is almost a bit of a waste of time. Ah. Assuming I am actually going to be surviving the winter. I'll use that to sort of prepare for next year. So get the anvil. Prepare the farm. That kind of thing. Oh, I'm going the right way. I'm not. Yeah, look at this. This is what we're turning into now. Now it's turning into the long dark. Yeah, it's 0 degrees. What about those? I have frequently encountered bears in this region. Oh, wow. Oh, it's starting to freeze. This region is significantly colder. Oh, I can make snowballs. I just realized if it freezes over and there's no fishing mechanism, how am I going to get fish out? I've deliberately not been going after the fish much lately, saving them for winter, but if they're hidden under ice, that's going to make life interesting. I'm not sure the crazy taxi type music is necessarily completely appropriate. And yeah, it's getting dark already. I'm amazed. What can I get rid of? Oh, why am I carrying packed dirt? Yeah, I really don't. Yep, we're getting cold. Yeah, the reason I'm not replanting is I'm assuming it's not really going to work. I mean, it shouldn't do. Come the spring, I should have a bunch of stuff to... I might be alright. So I can't remember how long it's been since I did this. It's probably 24 hours. But I'm going to leave it for now. What am I going to do? I'm going to stash away. That and that. Keep picking up those silly trousers. Come on. There we go. Now, I think... Where's my... I think I've got enough to make a new shirt. Let's see. Oops. What's that one? No, sold by Taylor. Oh, there is no Taylor around here. No. Commoner shirts. Come on, I just want a basic peasant shirt. Just to replace the one I've got. Okay. Flax twine is an ingredient in making that, which is an ingredient in making this, which is used to make plain cloth, which is used to make... That's what I'm probably after. Yes. Homespun shirts. What do we think? Homespun shirts? It's better than what I've got. I need I mean, right now my shirt is... Oh, that's a coat. Oh, okay. I'm assuming... Is that the same as a shirt? Common a coat. Nope. I mean, that would be preferable, of course. I can make... Well, I will be able to... That. I can't make that. Not giving me many options for coats. I mean, I could make that, but the question is... Yeah, I can't make that. The question is... Yeah, I've got a very... I think that is the same as the shirts and the coats, yeah. What goes in here? Hat, scarf, that I don't care about. I mean, is a mantle the same as a shirt? So I don't want to make the homespun shirt and then realize, hang on, that's 2 degrees centigrade. That's 2 degrees. So I wouldn't lose anything per se. But if I could replace my coat right now, that would be... But it doesn't let me make one. Huh. Nope. Okay, can assume I can't make for that. Coat rack. Throw into coat. I can't make that. But I can make a fur coat. Okay. Hunter coat. Nope, can't make that. King coat. Trapped. Oh. 1, 2. Doesn't give me a home health bonus. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't have enough of that. Okay. But the only thing I could make is a peasant shirt. And I don't... I could just about make this, but I don't think I can actually... No, because the rawhide mantle I've got is the same thing, I'm pretty certain. Well, guess we're back to this. This was the whole plan, wasn't it? I wonder how long it's going to be before I can't even stand in the water and do this. You know, this is one of these things where you wish you had a keyboard macro. Why am I making this? Oh, chisel. In the end, I'm doing this so I can make a chisel and then I can make a quern, then I can make bread, I think. Ooh. I can make flour, and I need to figure out how to actually cook bread, because I think it's flour is dough. Sorry. You need flour and water to make dough. And then you have to put it in an oven. Now, I don't know how to make an oven. It's almost academic at this point, because unless I can get this quern going, which requires the anvil, yeah, you get the general drift here. The good news is I have ingots, so I can actually make let's see. Bread. Okay. Rye bread. Created by baking. Bakes into making an oven. Okay, how do I make clay oven? First fill. How do I make a clay oven? Let's see. How do I make a clay oven? Oven, clay oven. Oh, grief, if it's for steel making. Oh. How do you make a ceramic oven? That doesn't help. Okay, dough. Rye dough. Created by water and flour. Yeah, fine. Bakes into in oven. Preheat oven. Oven, clay oven, material ceramic, doesn't tell you how to make it. How do you make a ceramic? How do you make an oven? No. Come on. Clay oven. Oh, it's not a case of... It's not going to be as simple as that, is it? No, it's not. I just thought this there. For decorative roof blocks. This is frustrating. To put it mildly. I'm going to have to cheat and look that up. Because if it turns out for whatever reason I can't make a blooming oven, then I'm wasting my time. Hang on a minute, I just realised I can cheat. I can actually do this much more easily now. Let's see. Vintage story. Oven. Clay oven. Made through clay forming must be used. Hang on a second. Must be used using fire clay. Requires 69 fire clay. How do you make fire clay? Clay, yes. How do you make fire clay? Clay types. Oh. Ah. Fire clay is a block. Blue clay. If you're looking, look. Oh no. I have to find fire clay, which it doesn't tell you. It says use a prospecting pick to find areas likely to have bituminous coal or anthracite. The pick cannot detect clay, but if node mode reports bituminous coal or anthracite, then there is likely to be fire clay as well. Great. So basically, I've got to find fire clay. Ah. Right, so I've got to find. That just got more complicated. The thing is, in reality, you can make ash cakes. You could technically put flour and water into a dough and literally make a patty out of it and stick it in the fire. Hence the name ash cakes. And this was a very common survival food for people. And it's just flour and water. I suppose you could add salt, but and you can pretty much make that out of any grain. I wonder, just for the fun of it, I'm going to try something. I'm just going to try something for the heck of it. I don't think it's going to work, but it's worth a try. I'll just finish doing this, and we'll see. All right, let's see. Almost got enough for another 100. Bony ribcage. Ah, actually, that's potentially useful. Don't ask me why, but yeah, you get bones from a bony ribcage. So I can't make fire clay per se, which is irritating. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I'm going to try something out of just for grins and giggles. I've got no idea what this is. This won't work, I guarantee it, but I'm kind of curious. That's rye. Okay. Oh, I can make porridge. Okay, all right. That's good. I can make porridge. Can I make porridge with turnips? Yes, I can. Okay. All right. That is good to know. I can make porridge. Okay. That's better than nothing. Ha! Okay. I'm very glad I tried that. Let's see. Porridge. Porridge, porridge, porridge. 2 to 4 slots of grain. Oh, I can put fruit in there. Oh, for heaven's sake, I didn't know that. And I can put vegetables in. Ah. Sorry, fruit in. Right, okay, so if I can't make bread, I can nonetheless... I can do something with the rye, which has got to be better than eating it raw, I think. Yes, okay. That's one. It's not a problem per se, but it is one less thing to have to worry about. So, where did I put? I should have thought of porridge. I mean, it's not a perfect option, but it would work. So we will have a look and see if we can find fire clay, if only so I can make bread. But I'll settle for porridge. Now I wonder. You can't. The mechanism for growing stuff underground is disabled. Okay, that's fine. I wonder if I could grow turnips if I made a sort of shed. And would that help protect them from the cold? They would need light though, so at least I assume they do. Would the shed count as being above ground? But I need fire clay. You know what? Another couple of a bit more copper, and I can make a bit more. Let me start that again. A bit more copper, and I can make a bit more of the anvil. But of course, if I can't, it all comes down to the whole technology tree, isn't it? This is like there are this is not dissimilar to what happens to me in Minecraft. As I've said before, in Minecraft, if I can be said to have a speciality, it's setting up infrastructure. And one of the things I always end up making is golden carrots, because golden carrots is one of the best foods in the game. Okay, so what do you need golden carrots? You need a carrot farm. Now you can make a manual carrot farm, or you can make an automated carrot farm, which is preferable. An automated carrot farm requires villagers. So you've got to capture villagers, breed villagers, set up a carrot farm, set up a means of automatically collecting the carrots, which typically requires either a hopper system, which would require an iron farm, or a rail cart system, which would also require arguably an iron farm, depending on how, and redstone. At some point, you're going to need, yeah, you're going to need redstone in this. So you can see how this is building up. This requires that, requires that, requires that. And don't forget, you're going to be doing this in quantity. You could do it manually. Then you need gold nuggets. Okay, where do you need gold nuggets? Well, you could go mining for it in the nether. But my typical way was to make... Oh, wow. Look, I think I've got enough for... Oh, no, I don't. No. But... yeah, so for nice, consistent, large quantities of gold nuggets, the simplest way is a gold farm. Gold farm you've got to build. Because, and there's various ways of doing it, but it's still complicated. And the best way is a sort of a piglin farm, and you persuade them to either drop to their deaths or you kill them manually. So you end up with this building up of everything you require just to make golden carrots. Now, like I said, you can chop out some of that. You can have a manual carrot farm. That would work just fine. You could do the same with, yeah, for the AFK. Oh, not for the AFK. Yeah, for the piglin, the zombified piglin farm. Yeah, that actually requires a fair bit of building. If you, yes, you could go and do it manually, but that takes time. It's easier just to AFK, you know, overnight, for example, and that will give you enough nuggets for quite some considerable time. So, yeah, but if you are focusing on infrastructure, long-term infrastructure, you end up with this sequence of, it's almost a technology tree. This requires that, requires the other, requires the other, requires the other. And strangely, setting up a system to make golden carrots doesn't actually take that long, you know, relatively speaking. I mean, I've done it in Skyblock, where without any... Oh, this should actually work fairly straightforward. We're getting there. I got 330, so... Huh. And with that, I have to say goodbye for now. I'll be back in about 2 hours with the Long Dark, where we have, strangely enough, the same basic problem we've got here. That is freezing to death. And bears and wolves and yeah. So that will be in, yeah, almost, actually probably just under 2 hours, because I'll start early. I always do, just in case I have problems. So, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for the likes, much appreciated. If you've been watching and enjoying this and you're not subscribed, please reconsider and subscribe. Either way, I hope you all have a good day, and I will see you all later.